Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Beagles Games Guitars. Today's video is going to be a solo playthrough of Pendulum by Stonemaier Games. Okay, I have a doozy for you here. So for Pendulum, you're going to set up a little bit different than a 2 or 3, 4, 5 player game. The Automa is going to play multiple colors. So in setup, you're going to place a grande worker in each of the bottom spaces of the purple and the green. And then you're going to draw cards. And if the card has the purple symbol, you'll place them in the small one, if not in the large one. If it has the green symbol, you're going to place them in the small one and not the large one. So the symbol is the little worker. So in this particular case, I drew and this green icon popped up. So I placed a grande worker in the small box. So that's kind of a setup. You're also going to have an Automa board where I'm playing against a white and a black Automa. And they're going to start at 0 here. I'm playing at the lowest level, level A, and then we're going to randomly determine start player here, and then my little marker right there. So a couple of caveats for playing solo. Whenever the purple timer moves twice, you can no longer gain the achievement. And also, in a 1 to 3 player game, you can't earn the achievement on the first round. So there's no point in going for this in the first round. You're going to be running the Automa off of a card deck system, and they're going to activate in a multiple different ways. So they trigger whenever you move a worker off of a bottom space area. So if you've already taken an action, your timer flips, and then you return your worker, you would flip a card. And you're going to look at the anatomy of the card here. So let me place it down center. So this will tell you that if the purple timer is empty, you flip it. And I think you only flip one timer if possible. And this will tell you if not, then the black timer needs to be flipped, and then the green timer is fine. There's other cards that'll show you that nothing happens in the purple section, but here it has the little grande worker icon. That means that on the timer's side of the action spaces, you'll move the worker the closest to the timer away from it. So for instance, if I was down here, I would get the Automa grande worker that is closest to the timer to the empty space. So there's a little card that helps you visualize that. So basically, just in summary, the Automa that is closest to the timer is going to move to the empty space. So in this instance, this is the Automa that's closest to the timer, so it's going to move to the empty space. So that's how you determine that. That also happens for the purple area. That does not happen for the black area because any worker can go there, large or small. There's also other cards that'll let you take away these province cards. So if this one pops out, you would just discard that. The Automa does not collect anything during the round, so no resources, no votes. The only thing they'll steal from you during the round will be spaces by blocking them or the legendary achievement. And then during the council phase, I like to slide this out, and then you'll draw 3 face-up cards and stack them in such a way to where the right side of the card will be like this. And this is the scoring section. So I'll move it up here, and you would place it there. The little star symbol is victory points, and then the top are the votes. So you would add 3 votes to -5, so -2. And if they're negative, they just earn 0. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So they would earn 1 point. And then if at any point the Automa forces the purple timer to move and you didn't want it to, like they moved it instead of you, you'll move one of these markers over here, and that adds an additional vote and an additional victory point. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the -3 would be 2 points. So like the white would earn 2 points. So now they're at, what are they at, -18? So they start negative just like you do, and eventually once they get in this yellow area, that'll put them in the positive. Also in the council phase, I forgot to show that down here in the bottom is the reward that they want up there. So you'll go in reading order and you'll find a matching symbol. Most of the time they want to go for a grande worker, and if they've already gotten a grande worker, I'll place it up there symbolizing, hey, they don't worry about that card anymore, so they'll just ignore it from then on. If there's nothing up there that matches and nothing's valid, they're just going to earn a point instead. And also up here, If they are first, they're going to get 2 movements, 2 points. And then if they're second, they'll get 1 movement. And then the bottom, they don't earn any points doing that. So I'll go ahead and just get this all set up and ready to go. I don't know if I'm ready for this chaos. So let me go ahead and plan a little bit. There's nothing out here that gets me something at the same time. It's really nice whenever a province has votes. So I always try and go for ones that give me votes and gold at the same time. So maybe not at this point in time. I'm going to try and get military to conquer. I'll probably place my worker here to get 2 votes and a military bump, because I can get him back with my card deck. Because there's a deck of cards that you can play as long as you can spend the resource, or if it's free, you'll play it. Then you'll spend 5, I think, culture or prowess to get it back. Purple cubes, blue cubes, whatever color. I already have money to spend for it. I think I'm just going to focus a lot on votes. So this will be my go. So now I'm going to use my 2 hands to flip 3 timers. My timers get kind of stuck, so I have to pay attention to them. So I'll spend 2 gold there to earn 2 votes, and then a power bump. Right here will be a 3rd vote. And I'm making sure we're not stuck here. So now I can get a resource of my choice, which I guess I'll do the power. Get the return a worker. So when I return a worker, it activates Automa. So now they're going to move that worker closest to the timer, green timer, away. And this will give me a blue bump. And then I can't play that card right now. So now I'm just kind of waiting. So I'm going to get my little worker back. I could have placed him right here really quick. So we'll do that, and I'll get a vote. Return him, which triggers Automa. Purple, closest to the timer, is going to move to the empty space. Now I have this guy that I'm sitting here thinking about. Trying to get just a lot of votes so I can get the card that I want first and a bump. But it also would be nice to get a cube of my choice, kind of go for this culture here. Because if I get 7, then I'll get a 3rd worker. And I might consider automatically getting 5. Ooh. So I already kind of have what I need if I go for that. So I'm just going to stick the votes for now. Looks like all my timers are going. The black one's about to finish here. So let me flip, return. You're supposed to trigger this before anything happens. That was the green moving closest. So now I'd earn another vote. I'm up to 5 votes there. Whenever you get the 10, you just place this little 10 marker down. So I'm just going to keep going for votes. The first round can be kind of dull. You're kind of doing the same thing over and over. But it might run out here. I guess I can place him up there, so the green's going to go. And then 2 for a double yellow bump. So now, honestly, I'm just going to be a sitting duck while I'm waiting for the green timer to run out, which usually it doesn't. So it's just going to be me and this lonely guy. So return him. They're going to take the bottom province card. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So I think I'm going to try and get 1 more cube, and then hopefully there might not be enough time. Man, that one is just slowly ticking. My timer's showing 3 minutes and 30, and that's still sitting. Did I talk for 30 seconds before? I guess I did. They're all ticking. I'm ready. I'm going to try and conquer, because once that flips, so it's flipped 1 time, I'm going to intentionally flip the purple timer, so I'm not forcing Automa. Another rule I didn't mention is that if you flip the black timer and the purple timer or the green timer are empty, you're going to trigger Automa. And when you trigger Automa, that's a potential for them to flip it, because the flip icons are on the cards. So you definitely want to flip that purple timer. It kind of incentivizes it. So far we're not sticking. That's nice. I'm really trying to go for this bottom province card so I can get money and get these little blue cards, blue cubes. I don't know the name of them off the top of my head. So I know it's money, power. I think it's like knowledge, prowess, something like that. They're all going. That's a good sign. I'll give you the name of it while we're sitting here waiting. That just got empty. Nope, I'm not going to give you the name of it. So return the worker. Flip the card. Look at that. Nothing happens. I like when nothing happens. That's a dud card. I wish I knew. Culture. Okay, so military culture, gold, and votes. Look at that. I'm learning the game as I play. It's that easy. So the green timer is empty. Flipping it, returning my grande worker. So flipping that. Flip the purple or the black timer. So we're waiting. I have the 4 to do the military, and then getting votes is always good. Sometimes there's a grand slam and they end up getting like 6 or 7 votes, and it's crazy. So I'll conquer, so I'll spend 4 of my military to get this bottom one. I'll go ahead and tuck that down there. That'll go ahead and get that engine going, and then I'll go ahead and get a vote. So now I'm at 6 votes. That's nice. Black timer's going, purple's going, and green's going. So the purple's a 3-minute timer. So you're basically your rounds are less than 3 minutes, because once you turn the last timer, you play your turn, and then you're just done. So this game actually doesn't take very long to play. Oh man, that's the one I want. But they discard at the end of every round. Bummer. That's a major card to have right there. That's a game changer. That's a winner. All right, so we're flipping, getting those workers back. I do that twice, so I trigger that. Look at that, nothing happened twice. That's wild. So now I'm just kind of holding on to my little guys. I think I'm gonna go like that. The purple timer, I'm gonna sit here and wait on it because I can't flip any timers once the last time the purple's been flipped. So I'm gonna flip the black, which will trigger Automa, and if it triggers the purple timer, so be it. They'll earn 1 more extra. But I'll earn 1 more extra too. So we'll see if it's a wash here. Hopefully it's not a wash. So flipping, so that'll trigger Automa, and they're gonna flip the purple timer. But first, they're gonna move the Automa closest to the timer, away from the timer, and they're gonna do that. But I get to take my action of earning 2 money. That'll give me 1 purple prowess, and then I'm gonna earn a vote. So that ends the round there. I'm gonna let the timers run out. I don't have any workers to place for the next round. So we're gonna go into the council phase. Slide these over. 3 cards. Wow, a -1. Ouch. All right, looks like the black is gonna score more votes. I'm playing on really easy difficulty. Actually, let me pivot for you guys. I'm kind of feeling it. I'll play on the B difficulty. So -2, and that's 0, so they don't earn anything. Black down, oh, they earn 1, so they earn 1 vote because they have this. And then they get 2 to -2, so they both earn 1 vote. So their relative positions are gonna change. And then I have my 6 votes. So I definitely won the vote. So 1, 2, 4, 6, -2 is 4, so they would get 5 points for black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White doesn't get an extra bump. Black's gonna get 2, 4, -2, so 2, so they get 3. And since they got second place, they'll get 1 extra bump. So let me move the timers back. So now I get to pick my rewards first, in addition to 2 bumps. I'm really far back on red, so I think I'm gonna double bump red there. Me immediately getting 5 of the culture resources would be really nice, but also getting 5 military to kind of jumpstart getting another worker would also be nice. So I'm thinking about just immediately getting 5 military. We'll do that. So then black gets to choose. Black wants the grande, and then white gets to choose. And white has this symbol first, so they get that card. So I'm supposed to discard them all, because the ones that I picked was an instant, which I could play right now. Sorry, instant means not in your hand. So now we're gonna do a little bit of a cleanup phase here. We're gonna go into round 2. I like to clean up these cards, and you'll just kind of shuffle the deck again. Unfortunately, discarding those. I'm trying to get my 3rd worker, but if I find something good out here, I might end up conquering instead. Oh man, there's the vote one. Just like I thought. There's a vote one and a military. You're only allowed to have 2 cards in each of your column areas. So, oof. All right, looks like all the timers are out. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This is now available. And just as a visual reminder, I can put the legendary achievement next to the second one. So now I need 3 votes and 8 money in order to earn the legendary achievement. So I think I'm actually going to go for that one. Let me slide the Automa board back over. I can't plant any of my workers, so we're going to go ahead and just flip timers there. So I return them. Automa's going to trigger twice, so they're going to move the green, and then that's it. So closest to the timer in the empty spot. So I'm going to try and go for money and votes. So money, and then there. Because if I go there, I can trigger. I'm going to conquer first, which will let me get that, and then it'll start churning out votes. And then this space basically becomes useless for the rest of the game because I'm going to earn 1 vote every time I take the money action here. Black timer is almost out. So I'm going to go ahead and flip. Boom. So I'm going to conquer first. It only takes 4 of my 5 cubes. I'm going to tuck that down in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the action, which is 2 cubes, money cubes, a culture cube, and then I get a vote. So it'd be really nice to go ahead and get a 3rd worker, but it's going to be difficult getting 6 military by the end of this round, and I'm really focusing on getting the achievement, because you can't win the game if you don't get the legendary achievement, and I think it's definitely obtainable. My guys are on the same cycle, so that kind of sucks. Playing this game a little different than I normally do. Okay, black timer's out. So I return both. Triggers it twice. So now they're going to move green closest to the timer, moving it to the empty space. Let me go ahead and load this. Might as well just double down right here. And the rule actually states you don't have to reveal those. It's kind of a strategy when you're playing the multiplayer game. I'm going to be sitting on this card for a while. When I do this 3 more times, I'll be able to finally get my hand of cards back, which will be nice because normally I try and get a couple of blue bumps, and then I can get a resource of my choice, which could be a culture to help me get 7 culture. I've learned a good first time opening strategy is to get that 3rd worker in the first round, but I didn't do that, so we'll see how much I suffer because of that. And there's no way to get another worker up there. So the green timer, I'm just going to go ahead and push it. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Purple timer's still not out. Thankfully all my timers aren't sticking right now. Let me see if that bites me in the butt for saying that. Looks like the purple timer's going to turn before the black timer, but I don't want Automa to earn that point. Unfortunately, I lose out on getting the legendary achievement. I was very close, so I get these guys back. Nothing happens on each of those flips. Okay, not doing so good. Votes are low, morale is low. I need to get those cubes, yes. So I'm going to get 2 more of the blue cubes by just going to this space, which will let me return a worker. And hopefully by that time, the green space will be open to where I can get 2 more votes and a red bump. And that'll put me at least at like 5 or so votes. Need to focus on legendary achievement later. Black timer is up, flipping. So I would earn the rest of my money. It's just sitting there waiting. I would earn 2 of these, and then I would get 2 votes. But I'm immediately spending all 5 of those to get my hand back, to earn a blue bump, to earn a resource cube of my choice, which will be the red. And then I would like to return my worker, which will trigger Automa. It's the purple region, so closest to the timer, furthest away. No, I don't want to return my worker just yet. So I'm actually kind of retconning that. So I'm just holding out because I'm about to get him back. One little fudge solo. So now I get my workers back. They're going to take this middle province card. And they're going to take the bottom province card. So there's that. Now I would like to place him out there, and then let's go ahead and just double down on the votes. So now I'm going to spend 2 of my money to get a red bump, and that'll be 2 votes. And I'm going to return him and trigger Automa. They're going to flip either the purple or the green. They're still running. So then I can put him right back down here and just keep on earning, baby. Which now the black timer just ran out. So flip that. I maxed out on my money, but I would get 2 of those cubes again. And now I'm at 8 votes. I'm hoping to beat them in votes. All timers are going. I might be able to get my grande worker up there at the top to get the blue, yellow vote action. It's going to be close. I might even consider forcing it by flipping the timer and just hoping, but that would give them 3 card flips. Because you're supposed to do the Automa before the purple. And unfortunately, the purple timer ran out first. But I'm going to risk it. I'm going to try and risk it. So flip. I return both of them. Nothing happens. They flip the purple timer. So they would do that, and they flip. They would earn that. And unfortunately, since I did that, I don't get to place either of those workers. So now this is done, and we'll go into the second council phase. So, second council phase. Let me draw these 3 cards. Wow, 4 votes. Oh man, are they gonna beat me? 4 is like the most. Ooh, did we just tie? All right, so they get 6 plus that, so they get 7 votes. I have 8. So they get 5 votes. So these are gonna switch again. So thankfully I won. So now they get 1, 2, 3 victory points. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Black's going to get 5 victory points. And then white's going to get an additional 1 because they got 2nd place. I get 2 bumps of my choice. I'll do a red and a yellow. So now that I'm first, I get to pick the card reward of my choice. Looks like they're all something too military for that. That'd be nice, because I'm really far behind. I don't need a grande worker. What I need to do is build up my military so I can get my 3rd worker. Let's see. I think I'm going to choose this one right here. So you just add it to your hand. So now white gets the pick. White wants this one right here. Black wants the grande worker, but they already got that one. So they want the 2 money for the sun. So they earn that. So there's that. So now we'll go into, oh, I know I earned 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I was right there because I earned a bump each. My goodness. If not, I'll cheat by 1. So now I'll finish shuffling these. I'll set those out and we'll get started with the 3rd round. All right, got the cards out there. I'm drawing this one here. Oh man, have an 8. Oof, that's rough. That's rough. I won't be able to do that. Let's see. Where do I want to place my workers before we go with this chaos? Votes are always great. Getting the red and 2 votes. But then I have to sit on them for a while. I think I'm just going to do Old Faithful here. Get them on the same cycle. Man, I'm kind of stuck here. Maybe not worry about votes so much, but I'm going to try and do this with just 2 workers for military. All right, we're going to go up here and right there. So let me go ahead and reload this. My brain's thinking, I'm trying. So we're gonna flip timers. So I'll go ahead and do 2 gold to activate my red banner, which will give me 4 cubes. And then down here, it'll get me the 7th. So then I could spend 7 to get a 3rd worker. And then now, unfortunately, I have to wait. The black timer was kind of sitting there. It got stuck. I knew that'd bite me in the butt. So we'll go here. And now I need to start flip-flopping these 2 guys and just earning these blue cubes until I can get my cards back in my hand. Because then I can start bumping up the red. That would have been nice to do that. Oh, I forgot to shuffle these. Thankfully, those weren't on the agenda to earn. All right. Black's getting there, black's getting there. It's one thing that sucks about these timers, they'll get stuck, and then you're like, oh, I just wasted a few seconds. All right, flipping the timer there. Earned him. They're gonna move the green one. So then I would go there, earn these 2, that, and a vote. You just basically turn this into like a voting machine, make that useless. Place him there, hoping to get my grande worker back in the fray. Oh, I'd love to do a purple one so where I can get a vote doing that. That would be nice. We're getting there. I think after this next turn, I'll put the black one here. I'll get him back and place him up here, or maybe even up there. It just depends. Black's almost out. So now flipping, getting him. They're going to flip timers. None of them have flipped. So then I get there. He's going to get, sorry, I'm going to get there and a vote. I'm maxed out on the money. I'm going to flip that one. So I earned my grande worker. They're going to move the purple closest to the timer to the empty space. And now, do I want to place them up there? I probably do. Place them there. Sometimes you get lucky and you can place your small worker. That's why the Automa move their character, their grande workers around, so you can't put your small worker there. Waiting, waiting, waiting. I don't think I have enough time to put my grande worker here with this guy by himself. So let me trigger that closest to the timer. Now he's going to go here. I already got maxed out on gold. There's 5, and they get a vote. I'm about to spin these 5 to get my hand back. So then I could get a resource of my choice and then get a blue bump. Purple just ran out. Now I lost out on the achievement there. Spending those 2 for a blue and a yellow bump and a vote. Returning that worker, which will trigger Automa. Now they're going to move purple closest to timer. Now place them right there to flip this timer. Get him back, triggering closest to timer. Now these 2, I'm already maxed out on the money, but I do get 2 votes, and I would get 2 of the culture. Now I probably have to use this to do a resource of my choice. That way I can get 1 more military and then take my card that lets me get a free, like get a red bump. Gotta take advantage of it. So I place him there. Got my 3rd worker. Almost forgot about him sitting there. Unfortunately, that means for the last round, I have to really focus on the legendary achievement, or I have to take my entire reward as earning the legendary achievement. So I get 2 workers, activate twice. The green one's gonna move, and that's it. So now I can place him here, and then I'm thinking about pivoting, so I'll earn that, place it there. Yeah. So now I can spend these 2 to get a red bump, and then I'm going to flip the green timer to spend 2 gold to get a red bump and 2 votes. Wow, I ended up with 8 votes. I'm actually surprised about that. And I wish I could get 5 culture blue cubes to where I could get to my grande worker back, but I think ultimately he's stuck up there. So they're going to take that top one. All right there, sliding this down to earn those 2 back. A vote, and that we're just going to spam this vote section. Ah, the black timer got caught again. See, those few seconds can make a big difference whenever it comes to waiting on that purple timer. I don't think it's going to run out before the black timer this time, pun intended, but it's going to happen the next time. Waiting, waiting, waiting. 45 seconds of waiting. This is where you wish you could just click, click, fast forward, fast forward. I'm hoping I can get my grande worker back. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Just stick to the plan. Making one of those a grande worker would probably not wise. So flip here, get him back, trigger. It's not empty. Oh, closest. So now there, I'm basically earning culture cube. Got all 10 votes. And then I'm going to keep him there because I'm going to intentionally, do I want to intentionally flip? Yes, intentionally flip the purple timer. That way they don't earn that extra vote there. So I have one guy that I can place. The other 2 are locked. So now we're going to go into the 3rd council phase. I am not doing so good. Well, neither are they. So they have 4, 5, 6 votes. They have, wow, they have -1, so they have 1 vote. So black wins out of the automas. I won by a landslide with my 8, so I get 2 bumps of my choice. It's going to be a red and blue. And then white's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, so they're going to get 9 points. 10, 9, 2, 4, 5. They're going to get 9 points also. But then white's going to get a bump, God, for getting 2nd place. I get first pick of the council card. That money is obviously not going to help me. Getting this banner power could help me. Getting a vote, Man, maybe I just do the choose one. That seems like such a cop-out. But I think I'm going to do this one. So immediately earn, it's going to be 4 military for me. Now white wants to do the grande, so they'll get the grande. Black wants to take this card right here, so they don't earn any extra points for that. And there we go, we're going into the last round of the game. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm doing really, really, really bad. Normally I'm killing it. This is probably the worst playthrough of the film. The purple timer is still not out yet, so I'm going to wait for that. Okay, so the good thing is I need 4 culture, 4 money, and 3 votes in order to get the legendary achievement. I already have the money and the culture, I just need the votes. So I'm going to kind of spam the vote section. So purple timer is almost done. Got a couple of seconds here. I'm going to go ahead and flip those and get these 2 guys back, which will trigger Automa. Nothing. They're going to take this province card there, triggering you money, cube, and a vote. And as much as I want to spend those, I need to wait to get the legendary achievement here. So we'll do that. And now we're just going to wait for about 30 seconds here. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to lose the game. But I'm going to win relative to them, because if you don't get all your little trackers into the banner here, it's an auto lose. In the multiplayer, I'll say I won against Automa. Why not? Little trigger moving that province card there. I'm going to activate both of these, which will give me 2 more of those, and now I have the 3rd vote, so I earned the achievement. Thank goodness, I got 1 of them across. So now I'll spend 5 of those to get my hand back, which lets me spend 2 military to get a red bump. I could get a cube of my choice, which I'm going to do the blue, and then I get a blue bump. And I'm going to save that for later. Ooh, I like it. Grande small worker can go there. Not yet. So now, because I want to put him there. God, my brain's not braining. Get those two back. Trigger, purple. Darn. Okay, so I'll have to put my Grande worker up there. We'll do that. I was trying to put my small one up there. Trying to be sneaky. Purple timer is about halfway through. Now we're just waiting. I need one more of the blue cubes in order to get my cards back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip, do 2 of those to get a double yellow bump. And now I'm going to earn him back, which triggers a flip. Purple and black are not empty, so I don't have to flip, which segues perfectly into me flipping that and then getting basically the money back. 2 cubes, 2 votes, and then now I get to spend 5 of that to get my hand back. I'll place him there automatically, which now I can get a resource of my choice, a blue bump, 2 of my military to get a red bump. My goodness. And then now eventually I will do some finagling. The purple timer is empty. I'm supposed to place him up here. So I'm flipping the black timer. Nothing happens. Province card. Wow, they didn't flip the purple timer. I like it. The icon did not show up. So that means I'm going to place him out there, him there, earning that in a vote. Now I'm flipping the purple timer to trigger that for $2 to get a blue and a yellow bump and a vote. And then I'm going to get him back, which will trigger Automa. Closest to the timer is going to move away from the green. And now I have him to where I can place on the green. To think I'm going to do that. I'm going to flip again, him, triggering Automa. Timer flips, they're all still going. So then I get 2 money, 1 of those, and now I have 9 votes. I'll go ahead and just place him right back down there. Green is out. Flipping $2 to get a red bump and 2 votes. So now I'm at 11. And then soon I'm going to get him back. I'm trying so hard. Come on. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Come on, black. Flip, 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 flip. So there's that. Earned him, triggering that. So now I get the 2 money back. That and a vote. Spending the 5 to get my hand of cards back, which will let me get my Grande worker back. Triggers Automa. Green, closest to timer. Resource of my choice, which can be the blue, and then I'm going to earn a blue bump. And now I'm going to place him out here. Actually, instead of a blue, I'm going to earn a red, and strangely, I'm going to go there because I have reasons. My Grande worker, I was planning on placing right there. So now we're flipping this, earning him, triggering that. All the timers are still going, so I don't have to worry about that. Going down, getting red. So now I can spend 2 of those to earn a red bump. And now I'll place him down here to try and just keep earning votes. Hold on, Bessie. Waiting for the timers. Unfortunately about real-time games, things are happening. My dogs went out, so when we get to the council phase, I'm going to run away. The black timer's almost empty. Purple and green are still going. Flipping, returning him. I'm going to move him furthest away, triggering that one to get a cube and another vote. I'm at 13 votes. I'm going to place him there. Green's empty, so I might as well flip. Purple, let's see. It's not worth it for 1 more vote. So what I'm going to do is finish the game by spending 2 to get a blue and a yellow bump. I think I'm going to be able to get all of mine in the banner. Whew. So now we'll go into the final council phase here. Final council phase. Oh boy, the 4 came back. They might actually win this vote phase. Great. Alright, so they get 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 13. Goodness. Okay. They get 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're just going to stay in the relative order that we are in right now. And I can get 2 bumps of my choice, which I'll just bump the red up twice. White's going to get a point for being in first. And they get 1, 2, 3, plus their 10. So they get 13. 10, 1, 2, 3. Black's going to get 10. And then they're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So black has 2 points and red has 3 points. White has 3 points. So now the cards that I'm going to pick, I just need to get my blue in. So what I think I'm going to do is take this end one right here, which will give me the Dalai Lama, the one of everything. So that'll be mine. And let me get the Automa, because they do something a little bit different here whenever in the final phase. So if you don't have the legendary achievement, the Automa takes it. Among the remaining cards, Automa takes the corresponding to the track you're the furthest from the end. So furthest from the end, I think, is blue. So they're going to take the blue, which I think it kind of doesn't matter. So they're not getting any additional points this time around. And then after that, I think we'll probably just take one of those. So that's it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. So I was a little bit ahead of them. I don't know how I did that. I managed to actually get all of mine in the banner. So there you go. That's how you play Pendulum solo. It's a chaotic mess, but it's fun. I'll take you back to the side and I will give you my final thoughts on this game. Alrighty, my final thoughts on Pendulum. I like this game, and there are some caveats to it. It is an interesting game. It is unique, and it does something that not a lot of other games do, and that's why I enjoy it so much. It's different. It is its own thing. A lot of games kind of end up just following a mold, and I like that this one didn't. But, I mean, if you take away the real-time aspect of it, it's just a basic worker placement game where you're converting resources and then spending those to earn things. You're just going down a track, kind of like Teotihuacan and Tawantinsuyu. It's a temple track, but you're doing it real time, and that's what really changes everything. I also love that they made the Automa version very similar to a multiplayer game in the fact that you are just going out there and doing your normal thing. The hardest thing in this game is flipping the cards and kind of understanding the Automa while you're playing, because you have to be able to rapid fire and you have to be able to play the Automa quick while doing your turn, because in non-real-time games you have plenty of time to do the Automa's turn and then you can go back to your turn. But you have to do their stuff first. It's part of the rules. You have to flip the card, immediately resolve it, because it's acting as if it happened right then and there, unless you're just a rule breaker and don't want to follow the rules. But I really do like Pendulum for what it is. I understand there are some downsides to it. As I said during my playthrough, one of those province cards I placed under where you earn gold, to where it gave me a vote. And that pretty much made 2 spaces of the entire game useless for the rest of the game. So it almost like took away from the game by earning something. So you could see that kind of negatively. It almost should have been a different turn in and of itself down there. And I kind of wish the boards weren't mirrored. I kind of think one side should have had slightly unique action spaces versus the other, because then that would really help out with timing. Without the timing aspect, this game is actually pretty bland, but I appreciate the real-time aspect of it. And the Automa is rather simple once you learn how to play it. You flip the card, and there's 2 different sections, and either you're flipping timers, moving workers next to the timers, away from the timers, or you're moving province cards. There's really only 3 things you're doing. And they're triggering whenever you're earning workers or you're flipping a timer and the purple timer is empty. So those are easy to remember. And during the council phase, quite simple. You draw out the 3, you add up the points, and they earn that many points. So that part is simple. It's just once you kind of get the grasp of it, it's easy to do. So yes, I actually would recommend Pendulum Solo. I've seen it go on sale quite a bit, and people ask, is it another Stonemaier game? Is it just another of the same? Because I know a lot of theirs follow like that friendly, carefree, all-inclusive kind of feeling about them. This one happened, I think, during COVID. So I really appreciate that every single one of their games is solo able. I've only played this at a up to 2 player. I think this game would be absolute chaos at its full 5-player count here. And it still would take 90 minutes because each round is only 9 minutes of itself. So I mean 9 times 3, 36. And then you add a couple of minutes for the council phase while everyone's tallying up their votes. So yeah, it probably would take 90 minutes because I mean you could take breaks. And there is a non-time based version of this game where you're following like a little chart, but I think that takes all of the charm and fun out of this game. So I really wanted to show this one on the channel because I don't think it gets the love it deserves. It is what it is, and you have to just go into it knowing that. Like I bought this knowing, oh, this is going to be a real time. I was still exploring board games, and I already knew I was a big Euro game fan, and I enjoy chaos. As of right now, I am a cath lab scrub tech, so my job can get kind of chaotic, and this I feel right at home with. Whenever I'm playing with my wife, she freezes up. So analysis paralysis will really hurt people in this game because you have to make your decisions, and there will be major regrets if that timer flips and you're not able to play it, and there's no takebacks. You can be really cutthroat and slam that timer down on someone and say, sorry, that space is gone. And especially in a 5-player game, I can imagine that. So I digress. That was Pendulum. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you next time.